The path to Tara is unveiled through mantra, and one of the mantras invokes her as the radiance of countless suns. That is her scale. Because the sun is not on fire in an ordinary sense. There's no oxygen. It's not combustion. It's nuclear fusion. The pressure is so extreme that hydrogen protons cannot remain separate. They have to unite, fusion after fusion. The temperature at the core is 15 million degrees Celsius. That is the yoga of the sun. And the sun's radiance that we're calling Tara is the one that creates the conditions for human life to exist on earth. The basic conditions for a mantra, the body, the breath, and the atmosphere in which sound can travel. If we lose that radiance, we will lose the medium in which the mantra can exist. So if Tara is radiance, she's not only the one that's reached through the mantra, she is the precondition that makes mantra happen. The path to her is already one of her expressions flowing through you. Spinoza said it with such clarity. All things are in God and move in God. So when we invoke her as sun's radiance, as the illumination that can travel through vacuum and still reach us, she is Mahavidya, the great knowing. She is also the condition that makes the knower exist and seek her as knowledge. A tantric Dhyana mantra places Tara in the blaze of the funeral pyre. This fire is combustion, fuel meeting oxygen. And oxygen isn't just out there. Most of the oxygen that we have on earth is created by photosynthesis over deep time. So cremation fire is literally life-consuming life. Because life made conditions for fire to exist on earth as we know it, and fire ends the body that life once animated. This is why Agni mattered so much in the Vedic world, not only as power, but as the force that carries offerings, eats form, and stands as witness as form returns to ash. As the funeral pyre, Tara confronts you with the non-negotiable fate of the form that you inhabit, the very form that she made possible. These Dhyana mantras transform our ordinary perception and help us move from a solid, singular self-concept towards a more fluid one. A mind trained to practice at this scale, both outward and inward, cannot cling in the same way. Fear feeds on vagueness. Clarity starves it. When you hold the image of creation as well as dissolution steadily, the mind loses its escape routes. And this is what Spinoza talked about. We oscillate between hope and fear as long as the causes remain opaque. Once causes are understood, once the mind sees clearly what is transient and what is not, the oscillation weakens. So Tara trains the mind to dissolve fear through understanding. And when we look at Tara, she shares so many symbols with Kali. Both stand upon Shiva as inert ground. Both dwell beyond polite cosmology, naked or clothed in hides. While Kali's hair is wild, loose and flying, Tara's hair is often matted, jatta, power gathered and held like a cremation ground yogini. In some forms, there is a coiled serpent around her matted hair, which is identified with Akshobhya, linked to Shiva consciousness. Tara is also unmistakably maternal, with full breasts, swollen belly, filled with creation pressing outward from the void. Tara holds a lotus that symbolizes liberation in the middle of samsara. Tara's open skull bowl shows that death can become the method in which poisons of the mind go in and nectar comes out. In some forms, she is holding scissors that symbolize her neat severing of ordinary attachments. It is said that Tara represents an expanded, a luminous state of awareness while still operating within form, whereas Kali represents dissolution of all limits. However, this must not be looked at as a spiritual ladder. The path of Mahavidyas is not linear. In the Hindu Shakta Tantra framework, Tara is the second Mahavidya. Her most famous forms are that of Ugra Tara, that is Tara in her emergency mode, extremely fierce. As Neela Saraswati also, she has a fierce form, Ugra Swarup, despite her association with knowledge. Ekajati forms represents the concentrated state of yogic focus. Ekajati literally translates from Sanskrit as one plait woman, or she who has one knot of hair. At Tarapith, the goddess assumes a deeply localized form that is considered more maternal and benevolent by her devotees, as compared to her more traditional fierce Mahavidya depictions. The central theme here is that the goddess nurses Shiva after he has swallowed Halahala, poison, in the Samudra Manthan, churning of the Milky Ocean. It's Tara's nursing that cools and sustains Shiva. Tarapith is also a Shakti Peeth, and it is believed that the eye of goddess Sati fell here. In Buddhist contexts, Tara is not a single uniform figure but a spectrum, from accessible Bodhisattva compassion to fierce Vajrayana wisdom. In widely known forms, she appears as a savioress who responds swiftly to suffering, fear, and danger, embodying karuna, compassion, as active intervention within samsara. Different forms can lead to the same knowledge. Forms differ because minds differ, fears differ. Tara as a Mahavidya represents knowing as immediate recognition. In this state of Tara consciousness, every bit of clarity is grasped directly without needing to have a thought around it or an interpretation or projection around it. It feels like consciousness and clarity are not separate. Seeing and what is being seen are not separate. You cannot think your way into this recognition, you just know it. Just like you know the warmth of the sun and its radiance when you stand in the sun. In this state of consciousness, you're not holding anything together mentally. And this is why fear cannot organize itself here. Because fear needs projection, interpretation, distance. But when clarity is so immediate, fear has no distance to occupy. Thank you for joining me in this exploration. If this video nourished you in any way, please give it a like and share it with your friends and family members. Please support my work by becoming a member on YouTube and definitely subscribe to my channel if you're new here. And I'll see you in the next video.